Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and this is my son Nasir. Say hi, Baba. You bring me comfort to my soul. You bring me comfort to my soul. Give me such a high. You bring me comfort to my soul. You bring me comfort to my soul. Give me such a high. He is 9 months old, and other than solid food, he is exclusively breastfed, and he has been since the second week of his life when my milk finally came in. So I'm just going to share some things that I feel like were absolutely necessary for me anyways, and hopefully they can help you out a little bit. So let's get right into it. So one of my number one things that I would say I absolutely needed when I first started breastfeeding, not so much now because I know how to hold my baby, but in the beginning, I feel like a Boppy or any kind of form of a Boppy, a breastfeeding pillow. Another really great one is my Breastfriend. Is a necessity for sure, because it helps you position your baby to get the most comfortable, in the most comfortable position, to breastfeed your baby. So I feel like it's definitely a necessity. Like I said, Boppy is a great brand. They have a lot of different styles, as well as my Breastfriend. It's really, really good. Actually, I probably would have preferred the My Breastfriend because it doesn't create a gap in between you and your baby. All right, so the second thing that I would definitely recommend, this is kind of situational. If your baby has a really great latch after you give birth, then these may not be necessary. But for me personally, Nas did not have a great latch, and that was kind of one of our learning curves in the beginning, because he didn't latch very well, or right away, So it was really hard for me to get into breastfeeding and for my milk supply to even come in because he wasn't latching. Do you want to show them? So the second thing that we definitely recommend would be a nipple shield, because this, especially again for me, my nipples, TMI, in the beginning they didn't. It wasn't easy for him to latch in the beginning because my nipple just wasn't protruding enough, I guess, for him to get a good suction on. So the nipple shields really helped, like, train him onto what he needed to do. And then once he got comfortable enough, I was able to take the nipple shield away and just feed naturally. So I would definitely recommend these. See, look, he's still obsessed with it. Like, I remember you. But they're really easy to use. Your lactation nurse, when you give birth, will definitely show you how to use it. But it's super easy. You just squeeze a little bit of your milk into the nipple part and latch it on, and your baby can easily suck from it. And it still gives that sucking motion for your body to know to produce milk and to make more milk. It just helps your baby latch better. So, and there's a lot of different brands you can buy. I actually got these for free at the hospital, so I would definitely recommend when you're at the hospital, take all the free you can get, okay? Because this is a Medela one. I got like maybe 5 of them, and you can just wash them. You don't have to throw them away after every use. But just ask your lactation nurse before you leave the hospital if they have any extras for you. And I also got a case. Thing I would definitely recommend that really helped me when I started my breastfeeding journey, and even now, is some kind of nipple balm. Because in the beginning, it's not pretty, it's not fun, and it doesn't feel good. I mean, it probably will never feel good, but it hurts, okay? You have cracked nipples, bleeding nipples. I mean, that's the reality of breastfeeding in the beginning anyways. So some really great things I recommend are going to be, this is Earth Mama. I got it at Target. It is an organic nipple balm. I mean, all the ingredients are super natural. Another brand is, here, take this one. Another brand is by Medela. It's called Tender Care. I got this one from the hospital for free. Again, get all the products you can get for free from the hospital. That is my ultimate recommendation. But this really helped with the cracked nipples, and it also soothes your nipples from the pain from beginning breastfeeding. Also, I don't have any right now, but again, ask your lactation nurse They also have like little stickies. They kind of remind me of pasties, but you put them in the freezer and then they just stick right onto your boobs. Amazing. They were amazing. It's like putting ice packs on your boob, and that really helps the coolness. The fourth, I believe we're on number 4. Fourth thing I would recommend would be some nursing pads. I would recommend some nursing pads. The brand that I use is by Lansinoh. This pack that I got has day and night ones. You don't really need night ones. I mean, it don't really matter. I actually got this at my baby shower, so. But honestly, you don't even need to buy these, and I'll tell you why. I mean, you need them, obviously, because your boobs will leak when your milk first comes in. Until you establish your milk supply, your boobs will leak, like unnecessary. Like, you'll be producing excess amount of milk. When I first came home from the hospital, I still couldn't even sleep on my stomach because I had so much milk, and I would wake up in puddles of milk. These were a lifesaver. But what I'm saying is you don't need to buy them. If you have not already, please go and get a registry with, whether it's Target, which is my ultimate fave, or Baby, well, they don't have Babies R Us anymore, so what is that other store? BuyBuy. There it is. Go make a registry with these stores because they give out free registry bags. And like Target, which I'm gonna get into that, Target has the best registry. They have the best registry bags. There's so much free stuff to get when you make a registry with the company. You don't even have to actually have people buy stuff from that place on your registry. Just create a registry, okay? Because they give you free registry bags. I got all these from Target, and this isn't even half of the ones I got. And it comes with these little nursing pads as well as breast milk bags. And like I said, I had like over 20 of these. What I would do, I created the Target registry, and then I would just go to different Targets and say, hey, or go to the customer service rep. Hey, my name is whatever, and I have a registry online. I'm here to pick up my registry bag. And they will give you a registry bag, and there's so much free stuff in it. There's all this stuff. Target, again. I got full-size Dr. Brown bottles, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you how many different Targets I went to because mind your business. But, stop, Papa. But just know I went to a lot, okay? In different states. Okay? They give you full-size Dr. Brown's bottles. And when I tell you these bottles, we ended up not using them. So I'm going to re-gift them to my friend who's pregnant right now. But we didn't end up using them. He ended up using a different type of bottle, which I'll get into. But these bottles are expensive and they're good quality, okay? But I got on a tangent. Make a registry. Number 4 was nursing pads. And I'm trying to go in order of most important, I guess. So number 5 for me is gonna be, I'll put these together. They kind of go hand in hand for me. It's gonna be a manual breast pump as well as a Haka. And these two were really important to me to build my milk supply before I went back to work. Obviously a breast pump is important and that's inevitable if you're breastfeeding. So I'm not even gonna include that in this video. But when I went back to work, well, before I went back to work to start building my milk supply, I actually manually pumped with this and a Haka. Hakas you can get on Amazon, or there's a lot of different companies that make Hakas actually, or there's the original Haka. But you can get them, just Google it, you can get them from a lot of different places. But this, basically what I would do to build my milk supply before I went back to work, after like a week of just solely breastfeeding and just him getting comfortable latching on and letting him do his thing, after the first week, I started trying to build my milk supply. I would probably do it 2 times a day. When I first woke up in the morning, before he woke up, because I didn't want to pull out all the cords of my breast pump, I would just manually pump. This is by Lansinoh. There's a lot of different brands. Medela has one. A lot of different brands have one. I just happen to get the Lansinoh. I'm sure you wouldn't go wrong with any of the brands. But just research, do the one that you want to do. I did Lansinoh. And if he was already awake, I would feed him on one side and I would manually pump with this one on this side. And then I'm not wasting time. So if he's already feeding on this side, once he's like halfway done with this side, I would switch him over to the other side and then I would start pumping. And this is like extra milk for me. So now I can put the milk from this side because he clearly can't finish out both sides unless your baby's like super hungry. But either or, you'll still have milk. I would take the milk from here, pour it in a bag and freeze it. And like I said, I would do that 2 times a day. Either this or I would come in with the haka. Here, you can have this one, baby. So while he's feeding on one side with the haka, again, I'm sure there's a video to show you how to use this. I'm not gonna do it in this video, but you go ahead and attach it and it just sits there on you. He would be feeding on this side. This one would just be suctioned to the other one and milk would just be flowing. Like in the beginning is the perfect time for you to build a supply because you have so much milk. It would just be flowing in there while he's drinking. And while your baby is drinking, it's creating a letdown. So both sides are flowing. So if you don't use a haka or you don't use a manual pump, it's literally just wasting milk. Whether it's into your breast nursing pad or just your bra, you're just wasting milk. So go ahead and collect that milk, and that's how I built my supply before I went back to work. So this would definitely be number 5 of I needed this. Okay. Number 6 for me would obviously be breast storage. Breast storage bags. The brand that I use is by Medela. You want that? Okay, this is me. A lot of different brands. Again, I love the Medela brand because they lay super flat in the freezer. It's accurate numbers. Some brands, like the numbering on is not really accurate. Obviously, I measure it before I put it in anyways, but still important to me. There's a place for you to put the date, and there's a place for you to put the amount, or date and time and the amount. They're simple. I love them. They're reliable. Like I said, there's probably another brand out there that's just as good, like Lansinoh, like I told you. They have a good brand too. I just happen to use Medela because I got a lot of Medela bags in my registry. And then also, I ordered a lot with my insurance, so color cards are drawn. So that was number 6. Milk storage bags. You need them. They probably would be number 1, but they're number 6. Number 7 would have to be these bad boys. I got mine off of Amazon, but basically what they are heating pads. Another great side effect of breastfeeding. Besides leaky boobs, cracked nipples and bloody nipples, it's gonna be clogged ducts or clogged ducts. So basically what you do is you wrap a wet rag around this, pop it in the microwave for like 10 seconds, and it's a heating pad. And you just put it on your boob and massage it, and it releases any clogged ducts you have. These are a necessity, especially when Nas would just not feed or empty me out well enough, and I would get clogged ducts a lot. These would come into handy, and to me, they were lifesavers. It's like hot compresses, and cooling. So the cooling to relieve like the burning and the cracked nipples, and this to come in and clear up any clogged ducts. Necessity for me. Honestly lost count. So the next thing on my list would be bottles. It's a necessity if you're going back to work, obviously, or if you're ever going to leave your baby. Some people don't use bottles. I did because I had to go back to work and I had to leave my baby, so I needed bottles. The bottles, I went through a lot of bottles actually. Like I stated, the Dr. Brown bottles weren't a thing for us. Well, they really weren't a thing for me. Let me be completely honest and transparent with you. I wasn't washing all the parts on this, okay? If you've seen the Dr. Brown's bottles, they're not super expensive. They're more pricey, and it's really good for colic babies. This bottle, which I'm about to get into, is also good for colic, but it has a vent system in it. So it's like this green tube, this little white part that you stick into the green tube, the nipple, so the top, and then the bottle. I'm not washing all that every time. No, ma'am. Wasn't a thing for us. So. But besides that bottle, I tried a lot of different other bottles because this guy, he preferred nipples. That was actually one of the biggest things when I went back to work, caused so much stress, is because he would not take a bottle. But this bottle, thanks to my friend Missy, thanks for all the help and all the suggestions. This bottle is the Avent Natural. Okay, baby. Alright, so your baby doesn't get confused and start preferring the bottle opposed to you. You want to get a slow flow nipple. The only thing I will say about this brand, can't really speak on others, the bottles that they sell in store, you can buy them with the size 1, but that's kind of misleading. Or excuse me, a size 0, but that's misleading because a size 0 for Avent is not the slowest nipple that they have. The slowest nipple that they have is going to be the Premie nipple. Alright, so the slowest flow for Avent is actually going to be their Premie newborn nipple. And for me, I had to... Did I order it? No, I went to BuyBuy Baby and bought it. But the point of the matter is they do not sell them with the bottles. You have to buy how many bottles you want, and then you have to go and buy, the Premie newborn nipples as well. So that kind of sucks because I would prefer that they sell them in a bottle set so I don't have to spend double money. I mean, eventually I did. Now he is on a 1 now because he's 9 months. But it's a lot of money you have to put out in the beginning, where other brands do sell newborn Premie nipples with the bottles. But I digress. The slowest form for Avent is going to be Premie. That worked best for us. It didn't give him any nipple confusion, and he was easy to go back and forth between the two. So, bottles. Make sure you get a good bottle. Make sure you get a slow flow if you want to breastfeed and you're not exclusively breastfeeding. Otherwise, do you, boo. The next 2 things that I would recommend would be vitamin D drops. This brand, don't you just love when YouTubers be like, is it so cute? Anyways, this brand that I got, I'll drop it in the description because I was probably just crappy, probably didn't see it, but they're called D drops. If you know, like, breast milk does not have vitamin D in it naturally, so you will have to give your baby vitamin D drops every single day. And some brands have like a syringe on it, and it's a large amount, that you have to give your baby. And I don't know about your baby. My baby did not like things getting put in his mouth if it wasn't a nipple or a bottle. So these are concentrated vitamin D drops, and all you do is either make sure your hands are clean, put a drop on your hand, or you can put a drop on your nipple and they just suck it off. Done deal, easy peasy. I would recommend. The next thing is, personally, I have to take supplements, or I need to take supplements to maintain my milk supply and build my milk supply up. A brand that I highly recommend is by Milky Mama. They have an Instagram account, just Milky Mama. This is her Milky Maiden. She has a lot of different products, but it has this particular one, like I said, is Milky Maiden. And inside of this one, I'm gonna mess these all up. Blessed Thistle Herb, Goat's Rue Leaf, Anais seed, and alfalfa leaf. But she has a lot of different ones. I would definitely recommend hers. As you can see, mine's pretty much gone because I take it every single day. I need to re-up. Great products, actually work, actually build your supply up. Check her out. The last but never least product that I would recommend for you that worked amazing for me, still does every single day, is, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not what this was made for, but here it is. A muslin blanket. And the only reason why I recommend this is I never bought a nursing cover because, you see your Baba? Go get him. I never bought a nursing cover. For me, it was just an unnecessary purchase. There's a lot of things you can use as a nursing cover and save money and still get multiple uses out of it. A muslin blanket for me would definitely be one of them because there are so many things you could use it for besides swaddling and just keeping your baby warm. I use it as a nursing cover. So what I do is I just take 2 of the corners and tie it. I leave a little gap so I can see him. Oh. Super long, and it's super soft, and it's super breathable, which is why it works so well. But anyways, do you want to model it for it? Anyways, so you just put your baby under, cover their head. You can still see them. You can see what they're doing. You can latch them on and see them, and no one else can see your nipple, or you breastfeeding for that matter. And like I said, there's multiple uses out of it, so I didn't see a point to buy a nursing cover. And it easily folds up, put it in the diaper bag, takes up the least amount of space. So yeah. So those are all the products I highly recommend that work best for me, that you'll get your absolute most need and use out of for breastfeeding without wasting your money on things that you just honestly don't need. So if you like this video, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content. Say bye, Baba. Goof troop.